Which gains does AI promise us, and what does it accelerate? Can we use it to accelerate feedback? Yes, you hear that right. I'm recording another video about artificial intelligence in software development, and it's probably the last one before I'm growing tired about this topic, at least for now. Hello, my name is David, and you're watching a video series where I talk about software development while I work on my trees, on my bonsai trees, on my pre-bonsai, and also on very, very early stage materials like this. I'm filming this in early August 2025, and right now there's not a lot of work to do on the bonsai. I mean, there is watering, there is fertilizing, but not much pruning, not much wiring. So in this video, I'll only unwire 3 little bonsai that I wired 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've said in previous videos that all the practices that make up extreme programming, or all the practices that make up agile engineering, or what we now call modern software engineering, are geared towards giving us better feedback faster and towards giving us more ways to react based on that feedback. We are working together closely with our customers so that we get feedback about what they need. We are working together closely with our fellow developers so that we get feedback about the work that we did right now. We are doing test-driven development so that we get faster feedback on our design. And we create maintainable code, simple designs, and just as much as is necessary so that we can change things very quickly based on that feedback. So this is the foundation of modern software engineering, doing many very small steps with not a lot of planning ahead, but with lots and lots of feedback. Many teams or companies do not work in this way yet, but they are also not getting the results that other companies get. And there are studies that show that. Speaking of feedback, you can see here that the sacrifice branch is not able to support itself yet. So the tree is giving me feedback that it needs some wire to support it here, but also it's already growing into the bark a little bit here. So what I'll do now is I'll unwire it and wire it again in a different place so that the sacrifice branch gets the support it needs. Modern software engineering is about generating better feedback faster and about being able to do something when we got this feedback, to react quickly. What's definitely not a goal of modern software engineering is to create more code more quickly. But to create more code more quickly is exactly how people use generative artificial intelligence right now, which would mean that generative AI is not helping us solve the problems that modern software engineering is solving. That would be a bad thing. The reason for that is I think that we often do not even agree on the goals of software development. Some people, some companies, especially very traditional or risk-averse ones, see the goal of software development to create more code faster. But as I've explained in the past, code is actually not an asset, it's a liability. So creating more code faster is not per se a good thing. And also risk-averse often leads to more risky processes than if you embrace the risk and if you embrace the change. So really the goal of software development should not be to create more code more quickly, but what else should the goal then be? You might say to create valuable software for our customers, but what does that mean? That means solving real problems of real persons in the real world. And those people often don't know even what their problems are or how they could be solved. And even if they know, they often can't tell us in a way so that we can solve them right away. So we could also say, on an even higher level, the real goal of software development is learning what the problems of real people are in the real world and learning how to solve them. And we could take that to even one level higher. As Jason Gorman once said, the goal of software development is not software. The real goal of software development is software developers. Meaning that if we take this to one level higher, we could say the goal of software development is to train software developers and to train development teams so they get better at solving the problems of real people in the real world in a certain domain. And this brings us back to the original question: which gains do we expect from generative artificial intelligence, and can it help us solve our most difficult problems? And I think right now it can't. What it maybe can do is help us create code faster. But even this is disputed. Even the productivity gains that some people are seeing are not backed up by scientific studies yet. And the data is often very lacking yet. So we cannot even say that for sure. But maybe generative AI can help us create more code faster. But since code is a liability and not an asset, creating more code faster cannot be our goal. What generative AI definitely cannot help us right now is to create teams that get better at solving real person's problems. This is something that teams have to learn on their own. But maybe generative AI helps us to get better feedback faster. As I've said, all of the modern software engineering practices are geared towards getting feedback faster and towards being able to react on that feedback. But also here I'm also skeptical. I mean, we could use AI to create prototypes faster, to show them to our users, and then to get their feedback. But what we've also learned from extreme programming, from agile software development, and from modern software engineering, if we show something to a user or to a manager, then it must be shippable. Because if they see it and if they like it, they want to use it right now. So we cannot just show an unfinished prototype and then tell them, oh yeah, and we'll come back in 3 months and then you can use it. This does not work. What we show to a person must be shippable. And that's also something that modern software engineering tries to guarantee. My name is David, and in this series, I'm talking about software development while I work on my bonsai trees, on my pre-bonsai, and on my very early stage projects like this little oak here. And I also provide trainings in modern software engineering, in test-driven development, and I also provide technical agile coaching for my clients. So if you're interested in something like that, write a comment or message me directly at business@davidtanzer.net. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel and activate the notifications so that you do not miss my next video about a different topic.